I actually kind of enjoyed Disclosure Day, and I know it's gotten good reviews, but I would say it's mostly mixed on the internet. I've seen people that really liked it, and I've seen some people that really didn't like it, and I understand both sides. But here's my thoughts as someone that no one really asked for, and I have no credentials, but here's my thoughts anyways. So if I were to review the movie, I think it's a little bit, I don't want to say it's too long, but I think there's too much going on. I think they could have tightened the story up a little bit, really delved into some character depth a little bit more, but I don't think that that's like this huge end of the world issue. Some movies are just too long, period. I don't think this one's too long. I just think it had a little bit too much going on. But if I were to grade it, I would give it a B. I thought it was a really good movie, and I do think there's probably a version of me in the future that's like, hey, I think it's an A. But I think right now, I don't think it's something that I'm looking at as like, this is an A movie. This is like something I'm going to look at as like one of the top 5 movies of the year. I think it might be top 10 movies of the year. I don't know about top 5. But, like I said, I think the biggest issue was just it had a lot going on. I would have liked more on Colin Firth's character. I mean, he's a great actor, so he did good with the role, but I would have liked more. He was kind of a flip-flopper. I would have liked to see him take more of a villain turn, or maybe more of a hero turn. But I like the alien stuff. The alien stuff is cool. I like the kind of historical conspiracy stuff going on. I enjoy that. And I will say, the one thing that I really love is that they use the classic alien design. I think a lot of alien stuff tries to move away from that. I like the classic alien with the big eyes and the kind of, I guess they're not exactly green in the movie, but like the classic alien look. I really like that. I think that's something we don't use enough, and I like how that looks on film. But overall, I think the movie is good. Like I've said, I think the performances are great. I think Emily Blunt was terrific. I think Josh O'Connor was terrific. Colman Domingo. They were all terrific, but I think you kind of knew that going in. And I think it's a pretty good edit from Spielberg. I think we spend a little bit too much time with certain characters. There could have been a little bit more back and forth, but I like how the story builds. I like a lot of the ideas in it, too. I think that kind of having the revelation to the characters pretty much 1-1 with the audience was pretty cool. I like the stuff with the aliens. I like the cabin and the animals and that kind of stuff. I think it's cool because it's creepy when you see it at first, but the more you see of it, you're like, oh, this isn't so bad. And I think that's really the point of the movie. You see the aliens and you're like, oh, they're going to come get us. But the more you hear about them, you're like, they're probably not here to hurt us. And obviously, I think it's a very kind of middle of the road take on it. I do think that in real life, it's one of the things people look at as like, there are obviously concerns there, but also I think the movie makes a great point about hope, about humanity, about compassion, and treating others with compassion. But yeah, no, I'm a little late to this movie review. It's been a minute since it came out, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun watch, and it's definitely something I look forward to revisiting and coming back and maybe sharing some more thoughts on once I gather them a little bit more. But just saw it earlier today, and this is my review and my thoughts on why it's, I think, kind of underrated. So, follow, please subscribe for more. I love doing this. I just love making this content, guys. And, yeah, let's do it some more.